Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. I hope you're having a wonderful day regardless. We're taking a look here again at Bitcoin, bottoming out at that $65,800 mark. Looks like our hourly candles could not surpass that golden pocket. So this is a very interesting little holding place there at 65,800. Potential, bounce or rally back, I guess you could say, but it's really honestly too hard to tell, too early to tell. We're honoring our ascending trend line still, but barely, and again, that's all based on a larger moving average. So we'll discuss that here. Let's quickly look at some backend data for Bitcoin, kind of see where we're at. And as we're loading here, I just ask you to quickly hit the like button, comment below if you get a chance. Truly do appreciate you watching, especially those who've been with me for almost 3.5 years. That is phenomenal. Thank you so much. Let's take a quick look here at Bitcoin. Taking a look here at the $70,000 mark, tons of liquidation. We know that for a while, right? That's essentially the shorts that shorted the top there effectively. We take a look here though, of course, a lot of liquidation has been swept with the second leg down. I wouldn't say it's a ton, there's still plenty more, but again, you got to keep in mind some of these are late longs as well. But majority liquidation, I would say, is kind of swept for the moment. We do take a look at the larger time frame, we can kind of acknowledge that and see that there is roughly $4.5 billion. Jeez, it's crazy to just talk about that casually. $4.5 billion at 64,800, okay? So still a good chance we'll see 65K swept and then maybe recover from there, because based on the larger time frames, that's kind of the significant area of retracement. And once that's all said and done, I don't think we're necessarily just going to see a rally back to 70K. If Fed meeting tomorrow goes very, very well and, rate cuts are in, whatever the case is, if it becomes a very strong fundamental catalyst, which is very common, then the price could come up. But you got to recognize too, what I think one of my admins highlighted this earlier, Mr. Anderson, thank you. I think it was 2 out of 3 of the last Fed meetings have been bearish as a result of the Fed meeting, right? The price goes down. That's contrary to like the 5 or 10 times prior to that. It was like an 80% probability the price goes up. So things are getting a little weird. Okay, so just know fundamental catalyst on the horizon tomorrow. If you're trading into that, just be very, very careful. I might take a coin flip tomorrow with a trade on a basically a coin that is specifically exuding bullish qualities or bearish qualities at support or resistance. Okay, that's the only reason why I'd want to consider that. But outside of that, not really the best trading environment, if you will, from a swing trader's perspective. Let's take a look at the day traders, the daily time frame, not the day traders, which we do have plenty of those in our community, of course. But what I want to get at here is this ascending trend line running concurrent with the 20-day SMA. Still above that, still over the 100-day SMA. We're not in bad shape here. Okay, so folks, try not to think the sky is falling. This is kind of a normal retracement. We saw the same thing happen roughly a week ago when the price pulled back from 68.5 to as low as 63.5. That could be our new bottom though. 63.5 is not just our previous low, it's also a 0.382 fib level. So you got to recognize there's a solid chance that that little area could get swept or just retested. We're also over 50 on the RSI here still, so that's a good sign, keep in mind. So we're not bearish by any stretch here in this regard. MACD is starting to diverge or continuing to diverge, so we'll see here soon if that actually happens or not. Once that does occur, the shift in momentum might actually continue lower, because again, we got this guy right here. Once we lose that support range, I think somewhere in the upper 50s, low 60s could be a possibility after that, right? Again, there's a lot of important stuff there. There's a 50 and 100-day SMA at that 63 to 64K mark. I think we're going to see some support here soon, potentially even a bounce in the relative near future. So, 4-hour time frame. What's going on here? Well, let's quickly note here that we're still under 50 on the RSI. 4-hour time frame has not looked bullish at all. It's not going to now. It's not going to change because we continued lower since we last spoke. While we did expect the price to continue down, we actually secured some profits from our AVAX trade we took yesterday, 22% to the downside. And of course, ICP, 2 trades that hit their targets as well. Both those coins, though, they were exuding bear pennants and also bearish rectangle patterns, which we're not seeing that here from Bitcoin, so don't worry too much. But the same accord, we got to respect these key support and resistance levels. The way to summarize this here is that the daily time frame is breaking bearish. 4-hour time frame is still confirming it's bearish. And I'm willing to speculate the hourly is going to be the same story here, just based on the simple sense that there hasn't been any room for improvement here or any significant bottoming out here, if you will. Okay, so what I mean by that is that we do have this 0.65 fib level that has held the price action in place for 1, 2, 3, roughly 6 candles, 6 hours. So that's a good sign. That's the tentative bottom. We can see stochastic, of course, starting to top out again. We're under 50 on the RSI here. Not a lot of great stuff here on the hourly, but the lagging span's getting close to the price action. Generally, that's favorable for shorts to want to secure profits, or it's favorable for longs to consider taking a long in the relative near future. And what I mean by that is we want the conversion line to be back above the baseline. We want the price to be back over 67,500 before we take a long with confidence. I know that seems pretty aggressive because by the time that happens, the pump or whatever it is will be done. So it's totally not the best conditions here to take a long. That's what this is telling us. It doesn't mean you can't still take a long. I don't want you to. In hindsight, I've wanted to take longs at 66,000 for a while now. Last couple of days I've said, hey, as soon as the price hits 66K, we're going to take a long almost in the blind. Now that we're here, it feels a little weird. Honestly, I don't like it. So that's just me personally. Again, things change as you, as the charts evolve. So you just kind of got to roll with it. So in hindsight, I'm glad we didn't take a long at 60K or 66K, but there's a chance that it might still be viable. It's just too early to tell. There's no other way around it. If somebody tells you that there's some hidden BS, I think that's wrong. I think that's inaccurate because if you add everything up together, a lot of the confirming factors we have are still looking bearish. So we could see a relief rally tomorrow. There's a solid chance of that. The price has been held down for quite some time, and we are coming into a fundamental catalyst. So be aware of that. Be mindful. We take a look at TD sequential in the 4-hour. We're at a 9. It's common for Bitcoin to want to pull back. Actually, it's more consistent with Solana, but generally speaking, when Bitcoin hits 9s on TD sequential, it will inevitably balance itself out. Okay. So again, I guess we could look back a little bit here further and see. Truth is, 9s on TDS for Bitcoin is not really the most reliable because almost every time we hit a 9 on TD sequential, the price just goes bonkers in both directions. So this is not the right coin to trade for overextensions because honestly, it means nothing. So outside of overextensions, there's really no reason to buy this dip unless you like to throw money. Have you ever flushed a toilet? Do you know how it kind of spins in circles? Maybe throw $1 or $2 in there next time and see what happens. That's kind of what you're going to be doing here at this point, at least from a technical standpoint. Is that a guarantee? No, the price will probably be 68,000 tomorrow. I'll be eating my words. But I'd be more than happy to avoid a bad trade or potentially bad trade than to take force a trade that is bad. Okay, so stay on the sidelines. It's okay, folks. You don't have to trade every day, every minute, every day. I mean, I know you got to live life and everything, but there's life out there, not just here. Okay. Anyways, food for thought, whatever. I appreciate you all watching and hopefully learning what you can during this experience. I've been told they're quite the experience, and I hope that I continue to see you around. Don't forget to hit the like button, comment below. Join us over on our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. Absolutely growing. We're starting to post YouTube, TikTok shorts now as well. It's been a lot of fun. Appreciate the growth and the consistent support for anyone and everyone. Appreciate you. Look forward to seeing the next one. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.